operating in your sweet spot.
So Ken, I think through your examples, I want to say that I've been able to kind of identify my specific function. Like where I thought when this thing first started, I thought I had a specific function. Now that I've been like kind of sharpening the model, I realized my specific function kind of changed, and I'm realizing what that is for me. You know, so like I want to try to describe something like this to a guy like Greg. If he's still on, get him on the line. I'd like you to talk to him about specific functions, because I'll tell you, I believe that he's got specific functions, and he ignores them sometimes where he should be embracing them.
Greg's got a specific function. Are you on, Greg?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, guys. Do tell, please. Do tell.
Well, go ahead. Well, I'm going to let Ralph start with some observations, which I know he's about to make anyway.
Well, like Greg. So for me, I was, after hearing Ken talk about his life and his work and what kind of got him there and what his specific functions are with this dreamer and stalker, starts to make a lot of sense too, So I realized that for me in my life, it's not that I'm a specific function, I'm a great cook. I realized that I'm a good systems guy. I create good systems. And that's what's got me to where I've gotten to now. I've created good systems in the kitchen. I've created good systems in business. I create good systems in the shit that I do because that's my specific function. That's what I've been embracing more these last few months. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll tell you, I think it's moving me along. Now, I want to try to help you out with your specific function, Greg, but I don't have the vocabulary like these guys do. So my question to you, Greg, is, what do you think your specific function is?
That's funny. You not funny, but could you say I'm a systems guy? I've always said that with all my people at work, all my people that I manage. I recently got a VP promotion at my company. I'm a systems guy. I teach them how to do things better. And that's what I do. So,
So Ken, how do you think that again for?
No, excuse me. Define better. Yeah. Define better, Craig.
Yeah, I got a bunch of catty bitches at work. Okay, they're all. I'm starting to learn their person. I'm starting to learn their personalities. That's step one. I have to learn their personalities. And once I learn their personalities, then I can move on to step two.
Well, let's stop right there. What? Really? Yep. And what is it that each of them believe?
Say it again, John.
Yeah.
What is it that each of one of them believe? Which
you're calling them catty.
They all believe.
Yo, dude.
Yeah, hold on. Stop. Yeah, slow it down.
What I just heard was about as sexist and as masochistic as I've ever heard in my life.
Misogynistic.
Yeah, that one. I have a bunch of catty bitches. No wonder your wife's knees are falling off. She's got to put up with that crap all the damn time? Jesus.
Thank you, John.
You're not exactly looking at those women as human beings.
I don't even know these women.
Yeah.
I had a
stop.
Oh.
Stop. That's my point.
That's the point.
You don't even know these women. How in the name of God are you going to communicate with them if you don't know what the hell they believe and why they believe it? Get your head out of your butt, boy. God didn't pass out brains and you thought he said planes and missed yours, did he? I mean, you've got some common sense. I'm pretty sure I've heard you talk. And what you're talking about, though, doesn't make any sense, hot dog. It makes you look like a damn turkey neck.
Turkey neck?
Fatty bitches. Damn. I'm sorry, Pam. You have to listen to such talk as that. Jenny?
Okay. Let me just preface it. let me just preface
So
it.
No, there's no preference, is it? You said what you said, what you said. You meant what you said, and that's how it is. Now, listen to what I'm going to tell you here. You will never live that statement down. Not ever. Not ever in your life. You're going to remember that statement forever and a day. You know why? It's because I'm going to make damn sure you remember it. If you come back on these classes, I'm going to ask you how your catty bitches are doing. Because I want you to think about what a silly thing that is for you to say about people who are making you money. That's not respectful. That's not even respecting your own damn house.
No, I'm not talking about my wife. I'm talking about the people I
I'm
work
talking
with.
about your wife.
Yeah.
And I'm on her side. She's putting up with somebody who thinks about women as catty bitches, not as people.
This is not, I point out again, talking about something that operates all the time. It's not something you do on
Okay,
Sunday.
now everybody stop. Just stop right there. Hey, Greg, what you just felt was my specific function. I don't fuck around with it. I get right in there and I go, hey, pay the fuck attention here to what the hell you're actually saying for a change. That's my specific function. You got one that's that big and bad. I didn't think so. So you a systems guy. Well, I think you got some systems that you got to have. You got to learn how to run them systems. That's what you are, dude. Because I don't think you can do what I just did. I don't think you can go into anybody and tell them that kind of shit. And I can.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Listen
Yeah,
up. What you do and how you go about is not different than what I was talking about, right? It's I would have I got a bunch of motherfuckers in my life and they transgress me and goddamn it, and everybody pisses me off and damn, that's how it looked and that's all that I allowed. And John's punching through as he's done with me to point out that very lens that you use to go about things is a lens that you've carried with you, and you look at everything like that, and that's that's limiting, dude. That's as bad as limiting as being an angry motherfucker was for me.
As a woman, everyone in the office, every female in the office knows that that's what you think about them. And you know what? If they get a little pissy around the edges about that, I don't blame them. It's not a good way to be doing business. It's counterproductive, to say the least.
Don't get all bent out of shape there, Gregory.
No, guys, please.
Yeah.
Do not apologize. It is what it is.
No,
I
I'm
heard what I heard, dude. It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
John.
I'm not
John,
married to your ass.
Don't
Don't
apologize.
you dare apologize.
I don't
for
even know.
such a thing. No, I heard what you said. It's okay. I don't mind. I know that people like that. You're no different than a whole lot of other people. Can start off worse than that. Oh my God!
I don't even know. I don't even know these people. I have to learn.
Yeah.
I have to
learn.
learn.
Then, right now is a good time to start with that one. So quit apologizing and look over
I'm
that
not
nice lady with the new
apologizing.
knee. Yeah, shh. Look over there, the lady with the nice that nice knee. She's not a catty bitch.
John.
Hey,
Greg.
it would do you well to be quiet and listen to someone who's in there and
No. Go on ahead and stay right there. I don't care. It's spelled Bivorce, in case you're wondering. Don't worry, Will. It'll be okay. You'll find out soon enough. I just tried to give you a hand, but don't fuck it. What do I know? I'm 2,000, 3,000 miles away. I don't know shit from Shinola, much less what's going on in your life. I just heard somebody say a catty bitch, and that throws red flags up for me, especially the way with the tone of voice you used when you said it. Damn, that's your specific function. I deal with a bunch of catty bitches. Woo-hoo! Well, that's specific function. I see something different there. All right.
Ken, help him out, Ken.
Well, yeah, you're seeing John's specific function, and you're seeing that however much it stings, which I've been on the receiving end of that. The only thing I could help Greg out with, it will behoove you and benefit you, should you take me up on this advice, to consider that you cannot see the very way that you look at the world, and these things that you're doing now, you're being met with a lens on the other side saying, whoa.
Hey, Ken, how about a little as if true? Maybe that'll give him a little wiggle room.
Yep. Yep.
Greg, if you're sitting there and they're thinking to yourself and you've got this narrative going through your mind, they just don't understand. I just used the wrong word. I didn't mean to say that. That's not how I think. I don't do that everywhere. Just stop for a second. Use that tool. I don't know if we have the slide, Jenny, with those logic variances, but I found personally that when people challenged me on things that I couldn't see, that I didn't believe, that I was damn sure weren't there, if I just said to myself, all right, Paul, what if you're wrong? What if this is actually happening? And if you can't make that one baby step, this whole thing's a waste of time. You got to be able to try and make that baby step. And when I did, I started looking around my life for the patterns that indicated that what I was being told was true. And damn it if I didn't start to fucking see them. One little example at a time. Until I had a tidal wave of examples that made me shift from, treat it as if true, or, maybe even minimally not false, to, oh my God, I'm actually doing this. Ken, I don't know. Can you agree?
Yeah, no, I can agree. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard the God's gift to women story, Greg. Did I tell that one before?
Well,
No,
it wouldn't hurt to tell us.
Look, this isn't going to help Greg out right here.
Okay.
Paul told him he's going to help him out. Okay, Greg, here's the thing. I know more about programming than I can tell you. And I can see into programs like I've got a telescope that goes into your programming. And I'll hear a phrase or a word that somebody uses, and that word will tell me more about them than what they can possibly imagine because of how they say it. Because that word said that way has a specific function, and it can only support a specific idea. And so the thing is that you have to listen for those things to know who you're communicating with and what you're communicating about. And the thing is that when I brought that up, you didn't say, okay, I see why you would say that. You defended. You told me I wasn't understanding you. Don't bullshit yourself, dude. I understood you perfectly well. And that's the reason why you defended it, because you were embarrassed. I don't blame you for being embarrassed. I'd been embarrassed too if I was you. Have been. Everybody I've ever known that made that mistake was embarrassed. So, don't feel like the Lone Ranger. It happens. Now, does that make you a bad guy? No, it doesn't. It makes you just another guy that's finally figuring out that women in his life aren't as weird and strange as what he might think they are. That they really are people. Yeah. And that you really can communicate with them and find out what they believe and deal with that so that you can actually get them to do the things that need to be done, not because you're making them, but because you explain it to them well enough. They say, oh, okay, sure, I'll go do that.
Dude, that's right. That's right on the mark. Yeah. That's it.
So how do I deal with these people? I mean, I just got promoted to this position.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Of a management position. How do I deal with these people?
Greg, dude, I'd be glad to tell you. Can you afford me?
Yeah, I want to listen. I'm listening now.
Yeah,
go.
Good. Me too. I don't hear no ka-chings going on anywhere though. Ken's going to explain that to you. Okay, guys, y'all have a nice weekend. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Okay.
I will see you.
Thanks,
All
John.
right.
Um,
John is very skilled at just pointing out just where you need to look so that you can make a change. You want to visit with him, it's going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you more money not to visit with him.
yeah, we, let's see.
Moving into a new position is a good time to do it, too, because things are already somewhat different from where they were.
By the way, and this is on point, that when Elise says or John says that he's skilled at programming, it's true. Guess who else can be skilled at programming? You, Greg, Ralph, me. I am. We're talking about tools here that will allow you to see things, that whole playing field. It ain't bullshit. That is when you use that model, when that model becomes functional. Hey, Jenny, can you put the playing field model up?
So Greg, how John's gonna help you is for you to do a rewrite. To either do a rewrite, go to his house, visit with him, and he'll, just like he did right now, that he gave you he just gave you a teaser of where those programs come up for you. That will happen, and you will understand a lot of your programming in all the senses that you want to manage. House, work, anything, because all the, that same attitude that with the way that you expressed about those women, that's what you carry all the time. Because how you do one thing, you do everything.
Still there, Greg?
So that's what he was saying. That's what he was trying to tell you, that if you really wanted help, that he can, show you a different way of how to approach what you approach all the time. And he'll use what we've been talking about, in real time. And I think so, practice to you specifically. I don't know if that helps you out more or not, but.
Well, also, if I could chime in here, Greg, all of us have faced that in ourselves. And that's why you're on here. You seem to be connecting with somewhat of what's being said, and you have an opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. You have an opportunity to really look at somebody, a third party, who has the skill to help you see who you are and what you're doing, and so that you could adjust that, whether it's doing a rewrite, changing your assemblage point, like using all these tools to adjust so that you could find harmony in dealing with other people, especially if you're moving into management. You can't like define people in your head and label them like catty bitches. You're not going to find their best skill. You're not going to be able to manage them. You've already like identified something that you don't even know, but you've put that in your own thinking. And I think, you may want to look at this. We're all here. We're all here for you. We're all here with each other.
Truth.
Hey, Ken, you got to try to explain to Greg what the rewrite is in more detail, because it took me a while to understand that. What I mean? Listen to this. And Mexico, that's far-fetched for Greg, because his situation, he'll never make it to Mexico. But online or Bedminster, I can see, you know what I mean? That's accessible for Greg.
Yeah. So here it is, Greg. Just give me a second here to switch screens up here. The rewrite is where this starts, or at least it's a good place to start. It's probably the best place to start. Why? Because the first thing we cover is programming, right? It's the first thing that we talk about. If you can't deal with your own programming, then you can't see the places where you're divided. That's what Pam's talking about. If you don't deal with your own programming, you can't see the places where you're just missing things because your lens is out of whack. I know that. The first thing that I did with John is he did a rewrite for me. I didn't go down to Mexico. Well, you don't have to go down to Mexico to do your rewrite. It gets done in a correspondence kind of way. It's like a back and forth kind of email, except we use a business platform called Slack, which you may be familiar with for your own business. Now, here's what happens in the rewrite. In the rewrite, you work with a facilitator like John. There'll probably be another facilitator, me, and maybe even Jenny. And you start off and you talk about your story. Where was Greg born? What kind of things happened to Greg? Where did he live? Where was his bedroom? What's going on with that is that it's a way to facilitate for you to find out a program that you wrote when you were a really little kid that affects greatly the way that you look at the world and go about things. Now, from there, once you identify that story, what we do is we walk you through how to change that for yourself. What it gets changed into, that's for you to decide. We're agnostic, and it's not a class on us program you. It's a class on learning for yourself how to do something better that you already do. Remember early in this discussion today, I had asked John about whether it was a matter of people all use these tools. People are already program writing machines. The question is, Greg, you've never been deliberate. Ralph either. Ralph has to do this too. In order to learn the tool of programming, to be deliberate about something you've done your whole life, well, then you got to go back and you got to actually pay attention to how that gets done, how a program's written, how can you change them. You know how to write them because you had the experiences, but can you change them? Not until you learn the skill of programming. That's what John's talking about. So you want to talk about doing a rewrite? We can talk about that offline. I'd say for both you and Ralph, that's probably the next stop off. Pam did it. Patrick, who you've seen here, did it. Paul's hanging out. He did it. A lot of the people who you're talking to here have been through a rewrite. They're already developing, if not well along, in the skills of being deliberate about their programming. You're not. It's not a good or bad thing. Nobody is. You're not. I can show you how to do that. But that's not going to take place in this hour patio chats summity thing. Okay?
And can I just add one more thing for Greg? A couple nights ago, or maybe a week ago, I don't remember, but I had asked you about which knee your wife was having trouble with. And you said it was the right knee. Well, that also deals with...
Right knee.
Huh?
Right knee, yeah.
Well, that also deals with masculine charisma.
What's masculine charisma, Denny?
Well, it's an attitude of approach. So in lots of ways, you're probably seeing but not knowing that that's also what she's wrestling with for her. So it's showing up in your reality in other places. Maybe you just don't have a way to talk about it.
Well, let's let's at least put some closure here. Ralph, Greg, what do you guys think?
I like it, man. You know what? I want to do the rewrite. It'd be great to have a classmate with me.
Yep. It's Yep. I'll be on both of your rewrites. I will be there. John will be there, and well, probably Jenny or someone else too. No better time than now to start, guys. You guys have been hanging around. Stop off one, place one, programming. Look at what we've covered. We covered the book, programming, B1 function. Why do you need to do that? Well, you guys have paid attention up to this point. But we roll up our sleeves in our pants and take a walk through the tool of programming by getting a rewrite done for both of you guys. What say you?
I'm in, man. You let me know the commitment to time, so I'll put it in my phone. I'm in.
Okay.
It's not a rewrite isn't a class. It's a back and forth over the computer with people saying, why did you say that? Is that the way you want to say it? Is that going to work the best for you? Taking a trip down to when you were young to see who you were hanging out with and what your thoughts were. It's not a class of a bunch of people. It's people giving you a hand who have been around the block. The intro to rewrite is a class. Now, I don't know, you probably could go right into rewrite from where you are, Ralph.
Yeah, Elise, I think this webinar is providing some of the foundational concepts, if not in the same exact manner, but I think direct to rewrite, which is completely self-paced, Ralph and Greg. It's at your availability when you want to talk about it, when you want to think about it, when you want to write about it. So
yeah, that sounds
great.
Even better.
Yeah,
I'm ready
fantastic.
I was ready for a class, but you know what? At your own pace like that, that's great.
Yeah.
We do it on that. We do it on Slack. So we create a separate channel called Ralph's Rewrite. We got another channel called Greg's Rewrite. We kick it off. Jenny will typically kick it off saying, tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself, a discussion back and forth. And well, then you learn over the course of, as Paul said, a period of time, how to be deliberate about writing programs. Why would you want to do that? Fucking A. You already run by programs, guys. Yeah, absolutely. They affect your life in ways that you haven't even begun to see yet. Why not be deliberate about that? Learn how to write it. Okay?
Sounds good for me, Ken.
All right. How about you, Greg?
Hey, I'll take it, man. Cause I got a lot of bullshit I gotta deal with coming up, but
Yep.
Don't be down about it, Greg. It's an important step to just say what you just did. So congratulations. You'll get out of it.
Yeah, I know. I think that these women that I have to deal with, the one that my direct reports here, I need to.
Greg, I just want to, this is Vanessa, I just want to throw in something before we close up for the weekend. But
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Greg, we don't think you're a bad person.
No.
Not at all. The thing is that we all have something that gets in our way. And that something right now is what you don't understand what it is, and it's sounding on your voice. So that's what we all get triggered by, and it's like, oh, okay, like there's something just going on with you hang out with Ralph. You have to have some type of, something, because, you're friends with Ralph. So, but like, don't beat yourself up. Okay. You see the world funky. That's fine. That's why we're here to help you.
Greg, Greg's an amazing guy. Greg, we just need some personal training on this shit. I'm telling you, we've been talking about it next to our house all the time. Fuck it, let's
personal
try.
training. That's great,
That's
Ralph. I like that.
It's like going to the
Thank
gym.
you, Ralph.
All right. Next stop, rewrites for both of you gentlemen. All right. Greg, I'm going to see you tomorrow too.
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right.
Or Monday, whatever.
All right, I'll get you guys started and tell you how that gets done.
Cool.
Later.
All right. Happy weekend, everybody.
All right.
All right, guys. So we're
I'll see
gonna
you guys
do,
later.
we'll pick up on Monday with we'll continue with specific function. See you all. Have a great weekend.
Cool.
Good night.
Bye, all.
Later,
Bye
later.
all.